Welcome to episode 3 of the Detroit Brews Backstage Show. Today we have an amazing guest and a dear friend for over 23 years, Mr. Tim Birkmeier. Welcome, Tim. How are you?
Really good. It's good to be here. I'm not exactly sure what this term, the new normal, means, but I'm starting to appreciate just the little things, so it's good to get back to, for instance, it's a beautiful day. I got the window open. I got a little breeze coming in here. The sun is shining. Wonderful day thus far. And better now that I'm here with you.
I just want to kick it off with this because there's a lot of businesses closed and all these salons and barbershops are closed. How do you get your hair cut?
I shave my head every single day. It is therapy.
So you straight use the razor on your
straight
head?
Razor, little shaving cream, boom, 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 done inside of probably 3-4 minutes. And with the exception of maybe Saturdays and Sundays, it's an everyday thing.
We have a very similar style. I
Yes.
part it in the middle.
Yeah.
I call it a reverse fade. But there was this time when I first met you, and look, you've been with the company since. Well, you're coming up on your 24th anniversary in June. I've known you since 1996,
96.
right?
Yeah.
And you have evolved in, I'm going to call it your swag, okay?
Yeah.
You may remember a picture like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but since then, you have swagged up to the point where you are one of the most best dressed people in our family of companies. There is that like look good, feel good thing. And
Right.
it's so true. And you've taken that to such a high level that I know that spills into everybody in our company. Because when they look at like, whoa, that's Tim Birkmeier. He's looking good. I want to be like Tim Birkmeier. Was that something your wife helped you with, or how did you migrate to that?
That's a damn good question. Malika, my wife, who I love, of course, dearly, who I met at Rock Financial. Maybe we'll get into that later. But no, it actually doesn't really have a lot to do with her per se. For me, life is about mentors. Life is about, finding people who you in some ways aspire to be like. And there was a guy, his name was Pat McGinnis. Remember?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, Pat.
History for some folks. And he was our president for not exactly sure how many years, but he had a hell of a run. A very personable guy, very charismatic and dressed very well.
Yes, he did.
Shoes shining, well pressed, coordinated, and in some ways he took me under his wing. He and I had an office next to each other back in the Livonia days. And I started to catch on to what he was doing with the whole dress thing. My take on it was always, and still kind of is, you really love what you do. You love your career choice. You're passionate about it. It shows up in everything associated. And that includes right down to the shine on the shoes. So it's an indicator of how much you care about what you do.
When you were in the office, did you suit up on the weekend? Were you putting that whole swag together even on Saturdays and Sundays?
No, it's funny because Monday through Friday, I'm that guy. Shoes shining, well pressed. We talked about it. You see me on a Saturday, Sunday, I'm t-shirt, shorts, sweatpants, chilling.
You started in 1996. Your anniversary is coming up in June 10th. You'll be 24 years with our family of companies. You came in with this super baller year of all-stars. Can you name some of those people that came through in 96 that are still there today?
The office was in Bingham Farms, and Bruce, you were there. Your office, I'm sure, was rather plush. I was never invited there, but I'm sure it was very nice. We in the Mortgage in a Box group were working in a different space, we'll call it. Just envision this, everybody. I walk in, and in the room there is Tony Knuckles. Tony's kind of in the back there reading the business section.
Legend.
Who I went to high school with. A lot of people don't know that, but he and I went to high school.
Did not know that.
Yeah, in Saginaw. So he's there. And then I pan a little bit to my left, and sitting right in front of Tony Knuckles is Jay Farner, who had joined the company about 5 months earlier. And then on the other side of Jay is our director of mortgage banking, soon to be my director of mortgage banking, who also interviewed me, a guy named Bill Emerson, who was our CEO, I think, for something in the area of 15 or 16 years.
Bill was a big guy.
Yeah.
He was like bulked up. He had played for Penn
Football
State.
player. He was a badass. He would wear the cowboy boots. He would wear the leather jacket occasionally. He had a bad boy mystique about him. So he's there, and then I pan a little bit over this way to the left here, and I see just on the other side, I see Jeff Perry. You had in this room of only about 30 people, 6, 7 players, if you will, that are not only with the organization today, have gone on to lead hundreds of people, do awesome things, live our culture at a super high level. I mean, we had a lot of the building blocks that allowed us to grow to the size we are in that room at that time. People who were philosophically aligned.
When you think about it, how often do people come together and then 25 years later, 24 years later, they're still together, not only hand in hand, but like always trying to make a difference, continuing to break records, and always striving to make things better and find a better way. That's what makes me feel so good about where we are as a family, because when I came in, there was 200 people. I didn't come in much earlier than you. I started in 94, and there were 200 people, and building these bonds and relationships and friends over this time. And look, you and I are here together. For those that are new, those relationships are going to build, and then 20, 30, 40 years from now, they're going to be able to come back and say, I was here, I did this, I met that person, just like we're doing now, which is awesome.
When you have great people and great culture, and you got this process that we're always figuring out a better way, you do amazing things. $2 billion yesterday. It's
yeah.
crazy.
And
what's also great is it's a great feeling to know there are tons and tons of people across America right now, all that's going on in the way of unemployment, some of the financial strains people are dealing with, to be able to do these refis, help people, put them in a better place. You kind of feel like you're a part of helping America recover.
So our culture is really the driving force within what we do. And, we have these isms that we practice, and we have since we've started. They may not have been called isms at the time, but what do the isms mean to you? And what are your favorite isms?
Yeah.
Which are the ones that you're most, using?
My favorite ism at one time was innovation is rewarded, execution is worshipped. I love it because of the execution piece. That's how you carry business forward. In particular, getting to lead the banker force. Execution is everything. So that used to be my number one. It's probably my number 2 now. I think a slight lead on that is we are the they. The longer I've been at the organization, the more stuff I've had a chance to do at the organization, the more people I've met. What you thought was your team, which is maybe you're a director of mortgage banking, and you think we is like your 12 people you lead. And then you're like, nah, maybe it's the RVP, and then it's the 100 people or so. And then, but no, as time goes on, you realize it's, now I'm spending time with technology. They really want to make sure they're making great decisions for our clients. They're culturally aligned. You realize the team is we, it's everyone. It's all we do. It's the whole. That allows you to think outside of yourself and make sure that you make decisions that helps everyone generally.
And I hope everybody who's watching gets 1 or 2 great things out of this. One thing I can say is, care for the people around you, build better relationships, take care of yourself, try to be great, and send love to all the people that you know.
Good talking. It was an awesome conversation, and we'll have to play pool one of these days. I need to learn the fine art of pool, please.
We could do FaceTime. I'll show you some trick shots.
Thank you, sir.
All right, my man.